Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this not live streamed but recorded worship service here at All Souls, New London. There are a lot of adjustments that we are all having to make in real time, and you are experiencing one of them right now. We thought that the only new news that we were going to share with you this morning was that, as you can see, we are not in Unity Hall as we had planned, but rather as a staff, we decided that we were going to take the governor's insistence to heart and honor and respect the public's health, and to stay, each of us, in place in our own homes where we thought, and we worked so hard yesterday that we would live stream from our homes. It worked beautifully yesterday. You will take our word for it. And this morning, we think there is Sunday morning traffic on both YouTube and Zoom. And so we could not get on. But here we are now, and we hope that you will find solace and your spirits will be buoyed by this recorded service. We'll be putting our heads back together this week and seeing perhaps if we meet for worship later in the day. Perhaps that will work better. We're not sure. But for now, as I said, enjoy this moment that we will share. We're going to begin with a centering poem. So please settle in and enjoy these words by Drury Midnight. The title of this poem is Washing Your Hands. We are humans relearning to wash our hands. Washing our hands is an act of love. Washing our hands is an act of care. Washing our hands is an act that puts the hyper-vigilant body at ease. Washing our hands helps us return to ourselves by washing away what does not serve. Wash your hands like you are washing the only teacup left that your great-grandmother carried across the ocean. Like you are washing the hair of a beloved who is dying. Like you are washing the feet of Grace Lee Boggs, Beyonce, Jesus, your auntie, Audre Lorde, Mary Oliver. You get the picture. Like this water is poured from a jug your best friend just carried for 3 miles from the spring they had to climb a mountain to reach. Like water is a precious resource made of time and miracle. When fear rises, and it will, let it wash over your whole body instead of staying curled up tight in your shoulders. If your heart tightens, contract, and expand. Science says compassion strengthens the immune system. It is already time to remember to hang garlic on our doors, to dip our handkerchiefs in thyme tea, to rub salt on our feet, to pray the rosary, kiss the mezuzah, cleanse with an egg. In the middle of the night, when you wake up with terror in your belly, it is time to think about stardust and geological time, redwoods and dance parties and mushrooms remediating toxic soil. It is time to care for one another, to pray over water, to wash away fear. Every time we wash our hands. Welcome to All Souls, where all souls are welcome. You are joyfully called to worship. We are going to sing our opening hymn, and by that I mean Tanya is going to sing our opening hymn, Love Will Guide Us, and I hope you are all singing along in full voice at home. Tanya.
The opening hymn is Sing and Rejoice. Sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice, let all things living now sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice, sing and rejoice, Let all things living now sing and rejoice. Sing and rejoice. Sing and rejoice. Let all things living now sing and rejoice.
Each week, we light the chalice, the symbol of our faith. And typically, when we're all gathered in Unity Hall, we ask a child or youth to come up and light the chalice to represent all the children and youth. And had we been together this week, it would have been Bridget. So we can all imagine Bridget strolling up the aisle and hopping onto the chancel to light the chalice. As this time around, Carolyn is going to light the chalice that actually George Dowker made. And as Carolyn, before Carolyn lights the chalice, we are going to say together the words that will be on your screen. And we say together, love will not be canceled. Songs will not be canceled. Reading will not be canceled. Self-care will not be canceled. Hope will not be canceled. We also light a candle of gratitude. And today, our minds are still occupied with all of the ways that COVID-19 has changed our lives, and we hold the fear of the unknown unfolding of the days ahead. Yet, our hearts are full of appreciation for the supportive fabric of humanity. We express our gratitude for the medical personnel and first responders who put themselves at risk to help others. We are also grateful for all the store clerks, cooks, delivery people, and all the workers who continue to provide us with what we need, even as the risks increase. We think of their safety and well-being as we wrap ourselves and them in a virtual blanket of protection. Let our thoughtful actions help to reduce their risk, and may they be blessed as they do the work of earthly angels. Blessed be.
Yeah, blessed be. Thank you, Perry. Our story today is called Windows. It is based on a story entitled God in Between by Sandy Eisenberg Sasso, with illustrations that you will soon see by Sally Sweetland. Once there was a town where the houses were closed up like boxes with no windows. The people could never look out, and their neighbors would never look in.
The people were unhappy, but didn't know what to do. One person said, "I've heard there is a God, and when people find this God, they find the answer to their problems." Others disagreed. "There's no God. God is not the answer." The people decided it was time to search for the answer, but they did not know how.
They looked toward the edge of town, where two old houses stood, different from the others because each had a window. The ones who could see out windows lived there. They seemed wise, and so people asked them to search for the answer.
One climbed to the top of a tall mountain. She gazed up at the sky and down at the earth, but she could not see the answer. Then she set sail far out into the ocean, but the answer still seemed out of reach. Meanwhile, the other one who could see out windows traveled to the desert. He looked in the sands and listened in the winds. Then he searched in the cool quiet of a cave and listened in the deep silence. but he could not hear the answer.
The ones who could see out windows were tired and decided to stop looking. They sat together for a while and told each other their stories of searching for the answer. And when they were done, they decided it was time to go home.
As they approached the town, all the people came to greet them. "Tell us," they shouted, "what is the answer?"
The ones who could see out windows told their stories. "I climbed a tall mountain," said one. "I traveled on waters, but I did not find the answer there. I walked across desert sands," said another. "I sat alone in a cave, but I did not find it there."
"Then there is no answer," said the people, and they went home and forgot all about the ones who could see out windows.
Days passed, and everything was the same except for one thing. The ones who could see out windows put windows in every room of their homes, and they cut down weeds, filled holes, and cleared rocks to build a path between their houses.
The townspeople were stunned. "We have never seen so many windows or a path like that. How did you do that?"
They said, "We journeyed for hundreds of miles looking for the answer," said the ones who could see out windows. "And we discovered that the answer was within us."
"With you, right here," puzzled the town people.
"Wherever we are."
"But I don't see the answer," insisted one of the townspeople. "I just see you."
"The answer," they said, "is in us and in between us. In between us."
The people went back to their homes and they put windows in every room and built paths to connect their houses.
And in the end, the townspeople did find the answer that some call God, or in between us. So ends the story.
The houses were closed up like boxes with no windows. The people could never look out, and their neighbors would never look in. The people sensed there was something missing, even if they couldn't name it. Because as human beings, we long to peer out the windows of our heart and find a neighbor seeking to look in. We long to create paths of connection, one to the other, to the other. The sacred is in between us. And so we form communities like this one, and we come together to practice seeing out windows and building those paths. We're used to coming together in physical space. This is a challenge. Our physical separation will save lives. We know that. And it is wonderful that we have the technology to gather in this way. But I'm realizing how much I long for whole humans, not just two-dimensional faces in frames on a screen. This physical separation is hard. All the more as we're dealing with difficult emotions, fear, anger, frustration, anxiety, maybe some irritation if we're suddenly spending way more time with certain beloved people. Perhaps loneliness, as we can't be with people who bring meaning to our lives. We need each other now, but so much is canceled. In-person church, school, and for many work, sports, play dates, events, trips. I could go on and on. Anyone else starting to feel the walls closing in just a little bit? As we practice social distancing, we may start to feel closed up in windowless boxes. The challenge of this moment is to find those things that are not canceled and to use them to open new windows and build new paths that connect our hearts with others. Social distancing does not mean social isolation. It means being social at a distance. Fortunately, we humans are resourceful. Have you seen the videos of people in lockdown in Italy on their balconies and in their windows, singing and dancing the Macarena? We're going to show you one now. Jesse will share one of some people singing an Italian folk song.
Ci nascerà verbena, viva la nostra Sera, viva la nostra Sera, della piazza del campo, ci nascerà verbena, viva
We may be physically apart, but still we sing together. Now, maybe literal spontaneous group singing isn't your thing, but we still can connect. We can check in with friends, family, neighbors, people in this congregation. If you're concerned about someone, give them a call. Or just give someone a call for no reason at all. The staff, the caring team, and pastoral visitors at All Souls have been making calls this week to check in with people, and it is so nice just to talk. If you've not yet heard from us, reach out. Connection is not canceled. Phone calls are not canceled. What else is not canceled? The outdoors. I'm finding it very helpful to just go outside and see growing things and people at a distance. Online groups are not canceled. Sharing circles and the Sabbath conversation here have moved online. And people are having parties and watching movies and playing games together online too. Sharing is not canceled. And our communities still need us. We can donate to a food bank or the Homeless Hospitality Center or any organization that serves those in need. We can buy ourselves a gift certificate from a local business. Those at lower risk can run errands for people at higher risk. Kindness and generosity, not canceled. And we can join together here as a community each week. Like any spiritual practice, this will take some effort as the novelty wears off, especially since right now you're on YouTube, where you go for cat videos and music and movie clips. Right now, part of your mind is assessing whether to switch to something more entertaining, but keep coming back. Church is not canceled, even if it may be at times delayed. Let us remember many things are not canceled. Author Jamie Turkowski's full list from our Chalice lighting includes conversations, relationships, love, songs, reading, self-care, and hope. Just now, I added a few more. And I invite you to make your own list of things that are not canceled and use it to open new windows and build new paths of connection. Social distancing may keep us physically apart, but we can still find the sacred in between us. In this new world, we're all learning how together. May we stay connected with a love that holds all, that binds us together in hard times. In our shared connection, may we be the ones who see out windows and into the heart of a neighbor. And across the empty square, let us sing. Amen. And let us rest for a moment in community as Tanya sings.
My life flows on in endless song above earth's lamentation. I hear the rill through far off hymn that hails our new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear the music ringing. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? What though the tempest round me roars, I know the truth it liveth. What though the darkness round me close, songs in the night it giveth. No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that rock I'm clinging. The love prevails in heaven and earth. How can I keep from singing? When tyrants tremble as they hear the bells of freedom ringing, when friends rejoice both far and near, how can I keep from singing? To prison cell and dungeon bound, or thoughts to them are winging, when friends are shared or undefiled, how can I keep from singing?
Amen and amen. Thank you so much, Anne and Tanya. Thank you. On Sunday morning, this would be the time when we would pass the offering basket for the work of All Souls. So I want to update you. We are in the midst of our annual campaign. This was to be our final Sunday. We were to have cake, so have something sweet to celebrate at home. And let me share with you that we are up to $294,000 with 110 households contributing and participating. We thank you all for your generosity. There is still time. We're pushing this out. So if you haven't already, let us know. And that said, we are cognizant that this is a different circumstance that we thought that we would be in. So we understand that there is anxiety out there and worry. We hear you. So again, as I said last week, and we'll continue to say, we are all doing our best. We are providing a variety of ways for you to give at this time. So I encourage you to take advantage of either Givelify or Square, or now we're going to set up a Venmo account as well. And old-fashioned checks work too. So we're going to prepare for this moment of generosity as we do each week with these words. We give to the work of All Souls. Our work weaves the fabric of love called community. To this end, we dedicate ourselves and this, our offering. For all that you have shared and all that you have sacrificed, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you. Each Sunday, we make sure to pause and to live into that commitment to witness each other's lives, the joy and sorrow both. On other Sundays, when we're able to look at the YouTube chat live, we'll be sharing from that. Alas, we are not able to do that this week, but we have a few of joy and sorrows to share from last week, and you can always use beloved community at allsouls.net during the week, and we will share here. So we are going to begin with Perry sharing what we have heard, and then we will light candles of intention in your honor. So Perry, please share what we have now.
Okay, from last week, Nicolo had asked that we keep medical providers, social service providers, and all folks who work in settings that involve public contact in our thoughts and prayers. Rebecca was holding close people that are anxious about the virus. And Roger asked us to please say a prayer for his mother-in-law, Louisa, whose funeral was on Tuesday, and unfortunately, they couldn't be there. And then this week, Suzanne was sending love and sympathy to Axel, whose brother David died Thursday after a long illness. And Mike and Cheryl shared that their friend Charlie's young daughter, Amanda, is going to pass any time from an autoimmune disease. And then also, Judy Bayhan is asking for healing thoughts and prayers for her family. Her 52-year-old sister, Patty, died last week after a courageous 10-year journey with cancer. So they're all in our thoughts.
I think we had one other from Mike, the one that came in late. So did you get that one, or did I miss that,
Yes,
or did you say it?
That was the friend Charlie's young daughter.
I see. I'm sorry. Thank you for that, Perry. And typically we would invite you forward to light candles of intention. And so we will do so now and invite you to hold close and send out waves of care and compassion for all that you are holding. I invite you to enter into a communion of prayer, meditation, and reflection. Spirit of life and of love, all of the places in between us, and in all the ways that mystery is named. As we gather from home, from away, help us to visualize a day when we will be together again, just as sure as we are welcoming neighbors and friends who we don't often see or cannot see because of distance. We hold this hope wrapped in gratitude and longing. In these weeks ahead, may we endure. May we lean on our faith and our connections that only go stronger in times of crisis and in times that we are separated from each other as we are now. May we be reminded always, every day, that the greatest connection is love. Let us behave in love and gratitude and give thanks evermore for this day, for the learning that it will bring, for the sun and blue sky. We give thanks and we say, Amen. Let us enter into a communion of silence, and then we will sing together. Amen. We are going to close this circle by singing the hymn, Love Will Guide Us. It's number 131 if you have a hymnal at home. And again, Tanya will lead us. Tanya.
Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way. On the road from grief to giving, love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak with 4,000, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way. On the road from grief to giving, love will guide us through the hard night.
Thanks, Tanya.
We distinguish our chalice together with the words that we say each week that I believe Jesse's going to put up. And we say together, our service has ended, but our work is not yet done. May our spirits be renewed and our purpose resolved as we meet the challenges of the week. The chalice flame is extinguished until once again ignited by the strength of our communion.
For our closing words, I invite everyone to maybe place one hand on your heart and reach out the other hand toward your community. These are words of Father Richard Hendrick from a much longer work that made the rounds this week. Open the windows of your soul, and though you may not be able to touch across the empty square, sing. Go in peace. Amen.
We will enjoy a postlude from Bill. We are using a recording from his CD. We're so grateful for that. And then yes, indeed, there are announcements. So hold on, come back. And now we move to Bill.
So after that, Judy, a couple of announcements. We realized that in the midst of everything going on that families especially, but everyone is swarmed with emails and may miss some things. So we wanted to make sure that you know we are having our Special Friends Pen Pal program in a different fashion where our letters are going to be mailed rather than picked up at All Souls. But nevertheless, it'll be just as wonderful in a sharing with an adult or high school youth paired with a child for anonymous pen pal letters, ending with the reveal and the dinner of actually meeting each other. So we wanted you to sign up for that. We especially want to make sure all the children know that they can sign up and just send an email to faithformation@allsouls.net. And in addition, we started our family sharing circle on this past Friday. And we want to let you know that you can still join for the next 3 sessions. We have a children's group first and then a parent group so that everyone gets to share with their age group, and a lot of fun activities actually for the children. So contact me if you would like to be part of that. It's a great way to stay connected during these times.
Thank you, Perry. We will be back next week. We don't know how or what time, so stay tuned. Please, those of you who receive All Souls e-blasts, take a look. They're going to update you on how we are proceeding, as well as we're going to be offering just a few. We don't want to overwhelm you. A short reflection from myself or others on the staff, and then some updates again of how we are going forward in this very peculiar time. So blessings to all. Next Sunday, we'll be together again. I'll be sharing the homily next, and we're looking forward to being together then. Blessings to all, and thank you for being here and for your patience.